So let me show you here how I make my pasta salad. So I'm taking a pot of boiling salted water and I'm going to go ahead and cook up some tricolor rotini. Just going to cook it to the package instructions, about 7 to 9 minutes depending on the firmness that you like with your pasta. While my pasta is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start my balsamic vinaigrette for my pasta salad. So I'm taking some olive oil here, about 3/4 of a cup, a little shy of a cup. I'm going to use that. I'm trying to give you the best estimate here. Usually when I do it, I make it by eye. But I am using a teaspoon of Dijon ground mustard here. This is going to act as the emulsifier to bring the dressing together. And then I'm going to use about 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. You can also make this dressing in a mason jar and then you can store it in that as well. Just put everything in your mason jar and just shake it up and it'll come together. So now I'm using about a tablespoon of honey here. My honey for some reason crystallized on me, so I have to really force it out of the bottle. If anybody has any tips on how to keep it stored well, that would be really great for future use. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in my seasonings. So using my usual seasonings here, salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. And then once I have all the seasonings in, I'm going to go ahead and just give everything a good whisk. And you just want the dressing to come together. And then after that point, you'll just taste it to see if it's missing anything. So now that I have everything in the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and just give everything a good stir to get it together. Like I said, you can also do this in a mason jar and just shake it up, and then you can store it for future use as well. But that Dijon acts as the emulsifier, and so does the honey too. It all brings it together. And then at this point, once you have everything all mixed in, you're going to go ahead and just taste it, see if it's missing anything, see if it needs salt or a little more honey, because sometimes the vinegar could be, a little too intense sometimes, and that sweetness does bring out that balsamic flavor as well. This balsamic vinaigrette comes together so easy. You can use it for chopped salad or for this pasta salad, or you can use it as a marinade too. It's whatever you prefer. I did taste it and I felt like it needed a little more honey, and then I'm going to throw in some extra garlic powder too because I wanted to lean towards the garlicky balsamic flavor. Another good flavor for this too would be roasted garlic. If you took the head of garlic and roasted it in the oven and then mushed it into the dressing, that would be an awesome combination too. You could literally take the same recipe and instead of using the balsamic, you can use lemon, you can use lime. The options are endless. Okay, so now I'm ready to start working on the ingredients that I'm going to throw into my pasta salad. So I have some roasted red peppers here that I'm going to go ahead and just give a small dice to. You want everything about the same size as the pasta. So I'm going to go ahead and get this whole jar of roasted reds chopped up for the salad. And then I'm just throwing everything into a bowl. So pretty much I'm getting my mise en place together, which just means gathering your ingredients just to make everything easier in one seamless, smooth cooking experience. So I'm just going to work on getting these all chopped up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Roughly cutting them is perfectly fine too. So I'm going to use up these Wild Wonders tomatoes. These tomatoes are so good. I buy them in bulk at Sam's. They go very well with pasta salad. I love them with my tossed salads too. Sometimes I just eat these as a snack too because they're just so good. I love tomatoes with salt or sugar. So I'm going to throw these in there. So I did wash these and I'm just going to cut them in half and throw them into the same bowl that I'm throwing all my ingredients into. So I have some of these garlic stuffed olives here that I'm going to go ahead and just chop up too, just to get rid of them. Trying to clear out my fridge too at the same time. I only had 4 or 5 left in the jar, so I'm just cutting those in half. Next, I'm going to go ahead and use some Kalamata olives. These are already pitted, so I just have to throw them in a small can of black olives. And then I'm taking a couple handfuls of the sliced pepperoni and sliced salami. I did get bulk packages from Sam's Club. They're a steal, I find. We go through a lot of pepperoni and salami in the house. My son loves pepperoni and salami sandwiches for lunch for school, so I always have to have salami and pepperoni pepperoni on hand. We like it as a snack too with just cheese. So I usually typically already have this at home. For $8 a piece, I feel like it's a steal because you get 22 ounces and you can literally spend $8 for a pound of it. So I feel like it's a better deal getting it from Sam's Club. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut those up in the same size that I was cutting everything else up in. And that's the same size as the pasta. So convenient. Once I have that all done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my next thing. I forgot to mention too, while I was cutting and prepping all the vegetables, I did already drain and cool my pasta. And I also throw in some pepperoncinis or banana peppers. So now that I have my pasta cooled and drained, I'm going to go ahead and just place it right into the same bowl that I made the dressing. And then I'm going to go ahead and start throwing in all my ingredients. So here I have my pepperoncinis, my olives, my roasted reds, and my tomatoes. Going to plop that right into there. I'm going to start mixing it up before I add in my meat. Starting from the bottom, trying to pull everything up so everything's hitting that dressing that's in the bottom of the bowl. Now that I got that started and mixed, now I'm going to throw in my salami and pepperoni, and then I'm going to give everything a good toss again. Just get it all mixed in, try to break up some of that salami and that pepperoni too. It is going to clump together. I mean, you don't really have to like pull it apart, but it is completely up to you. Now I'm throwing in some feta cheese. Again, I feel like this feta cheese is a steal from Sam's Club. It's $8 for that big container. I believe it's 24 ounces. So I'm going to throw in some feta cheese. Just take a look at it to see if I need to add any more. You can add different cheese. You can add Parmesan. You can do brick cheese and cut it up. Mozzarella cheese, mozzarella pearls. It's whatever you prefer. I like the feta cheese because it has like a salty bite to it. And there's a local Italian deli that's close to us here, and we love their pasta salad. And it has the feta, and it has like the olives and the roasted reds, and it has like fresh basil. So this kind of like mimics it, but adds a little more flavor to it, you know, using the balsamic vinaigrette and other elements like the pepperoncinis, the salami, and the pepperoni. We're a big pasta eaters here, so this just hits on so many different levels with all the different ingredients. So at this point, it's pretty much done. You can go ahead and give it a taste to see if it needs anything, or, you know, if it needs any more cheese. You could definitely take a look at it to see if it's missing anything. But at this point, it's done. You know, give it a taste. See if it needs any salt, if it needs any, you know, extra garlic or anything like that. I do have to say, as I was mixing it, it smelled so amazing, and it was so hard to not eat this right away. So now I'm ready to give it a taste. So I was literally trying to grab a piece of everything, but it was like impossible. So here I go, giving it a taste. And it was definitely perfect. It didn't need anything. But you can throw whatever you like in your pasta salad. It doesn't have to be my recipe. If you don't like pepperoncinis, if you don't like olives, you don't have to throw it in. Find something else to throw in there. You could throw cucumbers in it. You can do just about anything. Grated carrots, whatever you prefer. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover it and refrigerate it, and it's ready to serve whenever we're ready for dinner. Thanks for watching.